Coach, first week of conference play in the books, so you guys with an opener. We'll split the weekend. I'm sure you want to come back 2-0. Your thoughts after a week of conference play?
Well, after week one, it was definitely two completely different nights. You know, Friday night we came out, the energy was very high. You could feel it in the locker room, even in the pregame meeting. You know, the girls were focused and they were ready and they played really well and they remained consistent, and that's key in our conference. You know, you let up at all and teams are going to jump on you. And they played very well against Monterey. We beat them in 3, and to beat anybody in this conference in 3 is an accomplishment, you know. And then Saturday, we came out against East Bay. We actually started pretty strong. We took the first set, and then after set 1, we just had quite a letdown. And I'm not exactly sure what happened with our team, but we kind of just things just sort of started to slip away from us, and our confidence started leaving. You could tell, you know, communication started breaking down a little bit, and East Bay ended up beating us in 4. And I'm not trying to take anything away from East Bay because they came out strong in that second game, and they made a couple adjustments. They changed their libero, and she made a big difference for them. But they really took it to us in that second game, beat us pretty badly, and then we weren't able to bounce back after that.
Nobody wants to start off conference play 0-2, so how big was it to start off at 1-1 after the first week?
We're happy to get that one victory on the road last weekend against Monterey, who's a very strong team. We would have liked to have gone 2-0 for sure, but you know, we'll take 1-1.
All right, so once again, everybody else having home openers, you guys have to wait another week or so.
Yeah.
So another week on the road, another week of conference play. Start out at Sonoma, and what do you know about Sonoma? It seems like you guys, another rival, but you guys have had some battles, and they seem to always have a pretty good team.
They're very good. Yeah, I was watching the film right before I walked in here, studying them the best I can. They're a little different from last season. They lost both their senior setters, which is obviously quite an adjustment to have to make. They have 2 freshman setters right now. They're running a 6-2, which we're used to, they've always done. But they're without their best player right now, which she's getting back this week. She'll be ready. She'll be back and ready for us. Kelsey Hull on the right, and she's a 2-time All-American that we're going to have to prepare for, that only the girls that played last year will know anything about. She's a big lefty on the right. They're good. They pass really well. They serve really tough. They've got a lot of offensive options, and they'll be very tough.
Talk about with that first conference loss, and with your girls this week to prepare for these 2 teams this week.
Well, we're just going to keep working on what we always emphasize in the gym. You know, serving and passing coming first and foremost. Our defense wasn't very good last weekend against East Bay, as well as our blocking. I think I mentioned that last week as well. We're not the hugest team. We're a little on the smaller side, and that gets exploited at times. So we'll continue to try to work around that and deal with that the best we can, and work really hard these couple days of practice and get back on the road Thursday.
All right, Coach, I noticed the first game you lost, you had the opportunity the same day to come back right away and go for that win. But, this time around you've got a few days since the last game to prepare for this one. Is there like a difference in how your mentality is, we can bounce back, versus, we've got a few days to kind of dwell on what happened? Or do you kind of try to forget things really quickly and kind of move forward?
Well, after losing, when you feel like you didn't play your best, you try to have a little bit of a shorter memory, but at the same time you want to take what you learn from those experiences and improve upon them. Obviously this week that's what we're going to try to do, but we're certainly not dwelling on the loss against East Bay. I mean, we had a pretty positive meeting after the loss against them, and we all feel, we're not pointing any fingers or blaming anybody or hanging our heads too much. We just know we had an off night and we're going to come back strong this week.
Coach, quick questions for me.
Okay.
Obviously, I know travel is brutal.
Yes.
Out of Humboldt, here you are again on the road, third straight week. How do you try to have the girls keep some edge as they continue going the road? Because it's easy to just say, we're exhausted, and it's brutal.
Well, we gave them an extra day off yesterday. We took Monday off for one. I as well. We drove through the night, getting home at 4:00 in the morning Saturday night, so Sunday doesn't even really count. But we're just not even trying to really focus on that. The girls are very fired up about being home for 2 weeks after this coming weekend. In Sonoma, going to Sonoma feels like nothing to us. It just feels like a quick little trip down the road, and so we're not going to even bring it up, the fact that this is 3rd week in a row, and just kind of move on and get down there and get ready to play.
You were under the Oaks there at SRJC for many years before
Yes.
coming here.
Yes.
I'm assuming you have a relationship with Bear
Yes.
Grassel, the coach at
Oh, yeah.
Sonoma. How does that relationship hopefully help you ladies out this weekend and talk about that game?
Oh, Bear and I are good friends, very good friends with his wife, and I know his kids, and, we've known each other for a very long time. We're going back and forth all this morning. I was, making fun of his clothes in the match last weekend. But yeah, no, we're very good friends, and he does a very good job with his team. And in fact, a couple of my players played for him in high school and they're in his club program down there. So we know how he works, but it really doesn't give us an advantage or a disadvantage either way. He does a good job with his team, and we're looking forward to getting down there.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.